What's going on, guys? Your boy Maze, and we're back with another video. And in today's video, guys, me going over how you guys can increase your CC as a free-to-play player on Grand Cross. So let's hop into the video. Before we actually hop into the video, make sure to subscribe to your boy Amazing. We are on the road to 35,000 subscribers. Guys, we are at 31,550 subscribers on the YouTube channel right now. If you guys haven't hit the like button on the video, subscribe, do all that good stuff, man. And with that out of the way, let's hop in and discuss how you can actually increase your CC as a free-to-play player. Alright guys, so I wanted to do this video because I had a lot of people asking me Amazing, how do you have such high CC on your characters? You know, my ultimate Escanor, if you guys don't know, can get up to 70,000 and like 70,000 and 20 CC. So how am I able to do this? We're going to talk about everything that you have to take into account when talking about character combat class and how to actually increase it. So first things first, let's talk about what is combat class. Combat class is going to be the amount of power a character has based on all of their stats combined. So all of Escanor's stats combined, not that it's like a, you know, an additive thing. Like I don't just add up the HP, defense, attack, and then I get my combat class. Like it's just a number that shows how strong your character is versus another character. Not to say that, you know, a character with a higher combat class is better than a you know, like a character that's lower combat class. It just means that the character is as strong as it can be. Basically, you're getting it stronger. Okay, so let's talk about it. So my ultimate Escanor, since it is my highest CC character in my account here, the first thing let's actually talk about is gonna be the dupe levels. Dupe levels do actually increase your CC on your character. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's 400 CC per dupe level, and I think at max it's going to be an extra 2,000 combat class with having a character 6 out of 6. So if I did not have Escanor 6 out of 6, he would be at 68,024 combat class, just flat. Just straight up. So 68,000, right? I'm getting 2,000 CC just by having him duped up. Okay, so that's automatically like the first thing to kind of take into account. The next thing we got to talk about is going to be in enhance. So my Escanor is level 100. So that's another thing that's going to take into your combat class. And as you can see, it does show that whenever you actually increase enhance, it's actually going to level up the character and give them more stats. You guys can see it shows like the little arrow here to show how much stats you're gaining. So you do gain stats for leveling up your character. So obviously leveling up your character is going to increase your combat class as well. The next thing is going to be your awakening. So obviously getting your character regular 6-star awakening and then super awakening that character as well is also going to increase their stats. So when you're increasing their stats, is going to in turn increase your combat class as well. Alright, so the next thing, which is very, very important, I think this is one of the most important things in terms of increasing your combat class, is going to be your gear. Okay, so, you know, this gear right here for Escanor is going to be an HP defense set. I don't recommend you guys run Escanor HP defense. This is mainly for when I'm running him as a Link, because since Escanor is 6 out of 6, I can run him as a character Link, and because he has the highest CC on my account, he's going to give the character that he's linked to the most amount of stats possible, right? So, you know, if we look at the gear though, it is perfect HP defense, 15% gear, and as you guys can see, every single roll is going to be 15% here, and the reason why we actually go for the basic stat is because it actually increases our CC a lot more than you would think. Okay, so the basic stats are the ones you actually want to, you know, increase on your gear if you're trying to go for combat class. And this goes generally speaking for every gear set you make. You're going to want to go with attack, defense, and HP substat rolls. And the reason why is because you guys gain more CC for having the basic stat higher than if you were to have a substat. If we actually go to Escanor's stats here, and you guys can kind of see like the stat spread here. If we actually look at it, the HP, defense, and attack is a way bigger number than the percents on the actual substats, right? It's just a given. You're gonna have bigger stat numbers from the attack, defense, and HP than you are from substats. And so when you're making gear for a character, 99% of the time, there is other scenarios, and you know, I'll talk about it in my gear video that I'll do, but basically 99% of the time you want to run the basic stat as the substat, because that's going to give you the most combat class, and it's also going to make your character as strong as can be. You know, the higher the basic stats, the stronger the character is in general. So it just gives them a really, really you know, very cohesive part of strength that they can gain. Right, so this is very, very important. So gear is another thing, right? It doesn't have to be HP defense, right? Attack crit damage is fine. It really depends on the character, obviously, right? Like Escanor, you want to run attack crit, but for my Link, I'm running HP defense for the stats. So, you know, it really just does depend, right? So that's going to be the next thing right there. One of the final things that can increase your CC on your character specifically is going to be your cosmetics. So if you guys did not know, 5 out of 5 cosmetics is what you want to have on your character to get the max amount of stats. If we look at a registered outfit here, it says 5 out of 5 for my Escanor, so you guys can see that we have max 5 cosmetics that are on the little like line here. You can see that they are connected, and so that means that they're gonna be my active cosmetics. The one that I have down here, this yellow suit Escanor, I have it maxed out, but it's not actually gonna contribute to my stats because it's not part of the 5 here. You have to put it on the 5. So if I was to take down this one and put up this one, we would actually have this one instead, and we would lose the stats on this one. So just take that into account when you're actually getting your character cosmetics and stuff. If you already have like 2 cosmetics, you would only need to pick up 3. You wouldn't need to actually get extra ones because it's not necessary, right? You only need 5 at the max. And so the cosmetics you definitely want to get first are going to be your HP cosmetics, because they're going to give you the most combat class. HP in Grand Cross correlates to more combat class, and I forgot to mention that with the gear, but if we go to like an HP defensive versus an attack crit, you guys can see like the combat class difference. It goes from 70k flat to 66k. So there's a big difference in terms of how much combat class you gain from HP versus attack and defense. You gain the most amount from HP, and then it's going to be attack, and then it's going to be defense. That's going to be the order of how much combat class you gain from the basic stats, right? And then obviously all your substat, stats that you can gain through gear are going to be a lot worse than defense, attack, and HP, because, those are going to be the main basic stats that give you the most combat class. So again, when we're going to the cosmetics here, you want to only have 5 of each, guys. 5 of each is all you need, okay? So a character like Escanor is missing a 5th one. So right now it's fine if he has 4, but he is missing a 5th, and that is another one he can gain. So another thing to take into account is actually enhancing the cosmetics. This is actually going to increase the basic stat of the cosmetic, and so you're going to gain more combat class by doing that. So obviously if you have enough enhanced mats right here, obviously I kind of ran out because I just maxed out melee, but if you have cosmetic upgrade materials, definitely make sure to use it on the character, because that's going to be another way to increase the combat class and in turn make the character a lot stronger. So that's going to be another way. One last thing I wanted to take note about with the cosmetic section of the video, and I'm gonna add this in after the fact because I completely forgot to say this when I was recording the video, so post editing amazing. If you have a cosmetic that has a substat with a percent on it, so let's say it's like 4% resistance, just think of that as a number 4. Don't even think about the percent, okay? So this is 4 resistance right there on the Escanor. If we go to a character like or not a character, but like the outfit like this, the Dignity of the Sun God, this one actually has a total of 6%, but it's going to be 6 in total of the substat. So crit resistance and crit defense totals up 2 plus 4 equals 6. So if as a CC thing, right? So right now, let's just go back to my HP defense so I can show like what it's at 70k. So right now Escanor is at 70,024 combat class with these Dignity of the Sun God outfit equipped. If I'm to take off this outfit and actually put on this one right here, we are gonna lose combat class because 4 is less than 6. It makes sense. This one has more substats because it has a total of 6. This one only has 4. So if we go back to Escanor's combat class, you guys can see that it did change a little bit, and we actually did lose combat class a little bit. It's very minute. It's nothing crazy, but it definitely can help in terms of you like buying specific cosmetics. It might give you like a I'll get this cosmetic because it has more stat or more like substat numbers than it does this one. So just to give you guys that idea, I wanted to add that part in the video. So enjoy the rest of the video. Alright guys, now that we've gone over like the character themselves, let's actually go to a team here and kind of talk about how to increase the CC on a team. Okay, so if we go to like, just as an example, let me have a team with Escanor on it. So we have Escanor on HP defense right here, and if we go and give him a character link, like just as an example, let's give him Demon Meliodas link, okay? Demon Meliodas link is actually going to give him more stats than Sariel because he is on an HP defense set as well. My Sariel is actually on attack crit link, whereas my Demon Meliodas is HP defense. So that's going to be more combat class. So running links that are on HP defense are going to be a little bit more of a stat increase. Another thing to take into account is going to be your artifact support here. This is going to be another way you can actually increase your combat class, and what you guys can do is you can filter by combat class descending and then just have your highest combat class ones and auto set them. So you can just auto set combat class, boom, and that's going to be my highest combat class stuff right here. And so we can see if we were just to take off like all my characters here and just have Escanor, let's see how much CC we're actually going to have here. 99k CC, right? Like that's really crazy. And so you guys can kind of see here how like much CC you can actually gain just from having artifact cards, you know, a character Link, and then Escanor himself, obviously on the HP defense set for the CC. But yeah, that's going to be the way you guys can actually increase your CC on your team. Is going to be mainly through, you know, investing in a character and then obviously applying artifact cards and a character Link. The last way you can actually increase your combat class, guys, is going to be through your account buff. So obviously the 99k was not completely just my artifact cards, the Link, and Escanor himself, because that's too much CC. There's no way I'm gaining like what? It's like 30k CC from Link and the artifact cards. That's not how much CC we're actually gaining. A lot of the combat class does come from your account combat class buff. As you guys can see, I'm at 10.5 million, so I actually increased my hero's defense by 5% and my hero's HP by 14%. So we have to add that 14% and 5% defense, like HP and defense, onto my Escanor, so that's how we have the 99k CC. Obviously, the higher you go, the more stats you gain, and with the recent update, they did add at 13 million, you gain attack, so you do gain all the basic stats now when actually leveling up your box CC. So definitely, box CC is going to be another thing you want to work on, and I've already done videos kind of going over how to actually increase your box CC, so, you know, that's basically covers that. Alright guys, last thing I forgot to mention as well about the combat class like area here with the account buff is you also have constellation stats as well. Constellation stats do give a lot of, like, you know, basic stats and substats for your character on a team. It's not gonna like show the stats from constellation on your character menu. So if I go to like my character here, I forgot to mention this, but if you go to like Escanor here on my team, as you guys can see, he's at 70k, but not my constellation is not affecting his CC alone. Right, it's only when you go to a set team and you look at a team like this, that's when you're gonna see the constellation buff, the artifact support, the account CC buff, and all of that. So that's just something to take into account. But if we go back to this, as you guys can see, every single constellation is going to have the basic stat here. It's going to have these little mini ones that are like substats, and they're all going to have a different stat increasing for your character as well. So, you know, definitely make sure to take that into account. It's going to be another thing. The Chaos of Constellation is going to be another way to actually increase your CC, but it's only going to be through your team, like, you know, as I was explaining with the with the constellation and the account buff. So as you guys can see here, it's going to be like another way you can actually like re-roll for increased amount of stats, but obviously this is completely random. There's no hammers or anything like that, so it's going to be a completely RNG thing, but it is available and you can actually increase your combat class through doing this. But I think you need to at the very least be done sloth to actually do the Chaos of Constellation, because it's a brand new thing. But yeah, and that's gonna basically cover the combat class increases, guys, from the account buff and constellation. Yeah guys, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Was this video helpful? Was this able to help you increase your CC at all on your characters? Let me know in the comment section below. But with that out of the way, that's going to be it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe as always. If you guys want to see more videos like this, definitely let me know in the comment section below. And I'm going to see you guys in the next video. Peace out and have a good rest of your day.